Nice to see you all here this morning in City Hall. So we are going to kick off the speaking program if everyone wants to get settled in. So my name is Kristen McCosh, and I am the Disability Commissioner for the City of Boston. My office oversees accessibility in everything that the local government does, things like sidewalks and streets, policies and programs. We work closely with the Boston Public Schools, the Elections Commission, all the other city departments we work with closely to ensure that everything they do is accessible for people with disabilities. We also run a few programs. One of them is the Accessible Parking Program. So the signs that you see on streets where people with the disability placard can leave their vehicles, we run that program. But other than that, our main job is to coordinate with other city departments to make sure that everything they do is accessible to all of you. We also hold 3 annual events that we love to celebrate with the community. We have a Disability Community Forum in the spring where we want to listen to your concerns and priorities. Then every summer we have ADA Day, which is a big celebration of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And then every fall we have Civic Engagement Day, which is our event today. And this is really our favorite event because it brings all of you into City Hall. We want to help empower you to use your voices to let us know what we need to work on and what's going well. We also want you all to remember that everyone in this room, city staff and elected officials, we all work on your behalf. So it's important that you exercise your civic responsibilities and get involved in many ways. And you're going to hear about all those ways that you can get involved today. So we have a really tight speaking program with a lot of speakers. Then we have some information tables that you can visit afterwards where you can ask questions. We won't be able to take questions in this forum right here today, but afterwards at the tables you can ask all your questions. And I will stay in the chamber afterwards if you want to come up and speak with me afterwards. So with that, I am going to hand it off to Mayor Wu for her to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Commissioner McCosh. It's always great to be back in here in the, I would say, the most important space in City Hall, and it is the home of our City Council President and City Council, so I'll defer to the Council President and Councilor Murphy, and then I'll add my remarks after.
Thank you, Mayor Wu, and thank you to Commissioner McCosh. And first, I want to welcome everybody to the City Council chamber, and it's an honor to host you, wonderful students and teachers that are doing so much, and we have so much respect and admiration for you and the work that you do. I want to say thank you to my neighbor in South Boston and longtime friend, Commissioner McCosh, for the incredible work that she has done for so many years in support of persons with disabilities. Also want to say welcome and thank you also to Councilor Murphy, who I'm glad to partner with on so many issues impacting persons with disabilities in the disabilities community. And a special thank you to Mayor Wu as well. When Mayor Wu was a city councilor, this area, the Ionella Chamber, was not accessible to persons with disabilities. So if a person with disabilities wanted to be here or wanted to testify, they were unable to do that. And that was one of the priorities Mayor Wu made as a city councilor, was to make sure that this area was accessible to everybody. And I think that's probably one of the reasons I especially like the mayor, is her compassion, her commitment to persons with disabilities, in making sure that they're respected, they're heard, and they are treated with dignity and respect. So I don't want to take up any more of your time other than to say thank you for being here. We're honored to host you. And please know that we continue to work with Mayor Wu, we'll continue to work with Commissioner McCosh and Commissioner McCosh's wonderful team. It's actually my favorite city department, but don't tell the other city departments that I said that.
That's a secret.
But having said that, I'm honored to be here. Let me recognize and introduce my City Councilor colleague, Erin Murphy. Councilor Murphy.
Thank you. Thank you, Council President Flynn and Commissioner McCosh and Mayor Wu for hosting another wonderful day. I feel kind of, I'll stand up if that's okay. I do want to say welcome to all of the teachers. Wave if you're a teacher. Stand, woo, woo. And to the students, this day is for you, so thank you for coming here. I'm a city councilor now, but I will always be a Boston public school teacher. I was a teacher for 24 years, and my last many years was a special educator and coordinator of special education. So know how important the work you do, teachers and staff, and it's so important that we make sure that we're not forgetting all of our students in BPS who need our voices and need to make sure that we're listening. I do want to give a special shout out to Jeremy and his classmates and his teachers at English High. I was here last year. It was my first Civic Engagement Day as a counselor, and Jeremy, if it's okay, I'll say you went to the microphone and you spoke with your device and you talked about an issue that you have at your school. And I want you to know, oh, and who else spoke that day? Elvis, where are you, Elvis? Oh, there you are. You're shy. But I just want to thank you all for... and learn, I'll never know what to advocate for, because I can assume what people need, but you made it clear to me, and I know we're going to get it fixed to make sure that your entrance to English High is accessible. And I know there have been city departments working hard, but we have to get it across the finish line, and that is my promise to you all. But I just want to also say thank you to the mayor and everything that you uplift for this city, for our students, for our families, and making sure that this city is a welcoming place. So welcome to City Hall, and I hope you come back. So thank you.
Thank you, Council Murphy. And thank you, Council President Flynn. We really appreciate you being here to support this event. So with that, I will turn it back to Mayor Wu.
Thank you to my colleagues for welcoming all of us and for hosting once again. This is one of the most special events of the year, and I think it's an important reminder that we want to make sure this space in particular, all of City Hall, but especially here where all the seats and all the microphones are used to take important votes and make decisions that affect all of us in Boston, including people who might not ever have the time or way to get downtown to City Hall and sit in these seats. Right now, you are representing everyone in our city when you're here advocating for the needs of our neighborhoods, our families, and our residents. I want to just echo what Councilor President Flynn said about this chamber. And if you recall, maybe most of you all here are too young to remember this, but the event that Commissioner McCosh and her team have put on for many, many years, Engagement Day, actually for a while had to be held in the Piemonte room, all the way over in the corner, a much smaller space, because, as the president said, this floor wasn't accessible to all. It used to be actually about 18 inches lower. And so to get down to the places where you could speak at the microphone, you had to either be able to take three big steps down or go all the way around through the back, down a ramp, and it wasn't the space that our residents deserved and that would reflect the city of Boston in universal accessibility. And so I was really proud then, as a member of the city council, back in, when was that, Commissioner? 2017? 2017 or so, to work with Commissioner McCosh directly and design a chamber that would be accessible for everyone. So for the very first time, we had a council floor that everyone could access. We had accessible seating for the very first time. If you can believe, we didn't have a space at all for residents with motorized chairs or scooters to be able to sit and participate in the meetings and listen. We also changed the curtains and the sound so that there were more screens as well, and the auditory accessibility is compatible now with assistive technology. So there are lots of things that we hope our residents will take for granted with accessibility, because we've been trying to make these changes. One other way recently that the commissioner and the council really led on this was to pass an ordinance around ensuring that all public televisions in Boston would have closed captioning available and on, so that everyone can follow what's happening for key information, or just to participate and be able to be at the bar or at the restaurant and follow along and experience what everyone deserves. I want to also highlight another campaign that has been launched recently. You saw some of it on your way in, most likely, called Boston Breaks. This is an initiative to ensure that all of our road users are really aware of, have the information, and prioritizing residents with disabilities in our disability community, particularly when cyclists are in their in the bike lanes and some of the infrastructure that's been set up. Everyone needs to be aware that we need to brake for our residents, pedestrians, residents in motorized wheelchairs and scooters, and members of our disability community. So that's been a really important partnership with, again, led by Commissioner McCosh and our commission. I also want to just lift up and remember someone who helped launch that campaign, David Vieira of Hyde Park, who was an incredible advocate, and really his experiences as someone who lost his vision and then had to relearn how to navigate the world made him such a powerful and influential advocate. The experiences that he brought really inspired that Boston Breaks campaign and have done so much. And so we want to honor him and just remember him today as we talk about this, and also just lift up his example as someone who took his experiences and was able to work with the city and make sure that it would change for the better for everyone else in the city as well. So we thank you so much for being here to advocate, to lift up your experiences, to put light on the needs and changes that we still need to make in the city of Boston for our city truly to be a Boston for everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to be with you.
Thank you very much, Mayor Wu. And I do also want to recognize that we have although we have a lot of Boston Public School students and teachers here today, we also have other members from the community. So this day is for everybody, not just BPS, but also residents who live in Boston who want to get more engaged as well. So I did see my cabinet chief come in, so I'd like to introduce Mary Angeli Sola-Severa to say a few words. Mary Angeli is the chief of the Equity and Inclusion Cabinet.
Good morning. Yes, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. It's very nice to be here today. And before I say a few words, I want to say, if nobody has told you today, this is possibly the most beautiful space I've been in since working here in the city of Boston. So I want to give you a congratulations for just being here and for being so, just such a good part of our communities. I want to just shout out our future city councilors right here on the right. Thank you for taking those seats. And we have a few more seats. If you would like a seat, please, there's more over here on the left side as well. I know we have a few more folks coming. I don't have much else to add, but as a former educator myself as well, I know the power that you already all have with your families, with your friends, with your community. You already have some of the answers. You've already figured out how to do the work. And like the councilor, like the mayor said, like Commissioner McCosh said, we need you to tell us how to do better. And so welcome to your home, which is City Council, which is the City of Boston. Cannot wait to hear what other ideas you have. We'll be walking around and getting to know some of you more. But I'd have to ask a question. Who here had breakfast already? Raise your hand if you had breakfast already. This side? Oh no, we need more breakfast. Who here had lunch already then? Who here had lunch already? It's not even 11 a.m. Ah. Okay, I have an even more important question. Who here likes to watch Netflix? Okay. President, you don't like to watch Netflix?
I like to watch sports.
Oh, he likes, okay, sports. Okay, fine. Who likes to watch sports?
You with me, right?
You're a sports fan? Okay. I have to ask a really...
You're watching football, right?
The reason I'm asking these questions is because we may be up here in front of you looking like we're important people, but we're just like you. I too like to watch Netflix. The mayor also likes to watch Netflix. You saw her raise her hand. So please, please do not be intimidated by us. Please do not be afraid to talk to us, to ask us questions. We too like to sometimes just go home and relax with our loved ones. Okay, so thank you for being here. For the educators in the room, for the people who work with young people, thank you for everything that you do every day. That goes unnoticed.
Thank you, Chief. Alrighty, and now we have the Elections Commissioner, Anita Taveras. She's going to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anita Taveras. I am the Election Commissioner, and thank you, Commissioner McCosh, for inviting me here today. I just want to talk a little bit about some of the ways that the City of Boston ensures that all voters have equal access. One of the first things that we look at when we are selecting our polling locations, both Election Day locations and early voting locations, is whether or not the polling locations are accessible. We make sure we have wheelchair ramps available. If not, we install them. We make sure that all of our poll workers are trained on how to assist voters who may have a disability, on who may assist voters with a disability inside of a polling location. And we also equip all of our polling locations with an AutoMark voter assist terminal, which allows anyone to mark their ballot privately and independently. We do have a terminal set up for you in the Piemonte room, and I would encourage everyone to use the AutoMark, voter assist terminal, just so that you're prepared on Election Day when you do show up to vote. Another tool that is available is our accessible vote by mail database. This is a database that was established with the help of Commissioner McCosh, and we entered into an agreement with the Disability Law Center, the Center for Independent Living, and we provided an online portal that you can go into and request. You can request the ballot, complete the ballot, and submit it all electronically. Before that, there was no real way to truly mark a ballot independently. It still required printing the ballot, sticking it in an envelope, and mailing it back, even though you received it electronically. So please feel free to go onto our website, boston.gov/elections, and request your accessible vote-by-mail ballot and send it in to us. We will send you a unique identifier where you can access your ballot privately and independently. And then just a couple of reminders, Election Day is Tuesday, November 7th, with in-person early voting starting on October 28th through Friday, November 3rd, and the voter registration deadline is also on October 28th. So for anyone who has not registered to vote yet, please make sure that you take the opportunity today to register. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. And I was in the Piemonte room earlier this morning, and it's a great setup. They have a voting booth with an accessible shelf. They have the AutoMark machine. You can register to vote. You can get information on everything that has to do with voting, your polling location, anything else you need to know. So please visit the Piemonte room after this session. So we have a few more speakers before we're going to send you out to the tables. And next is Renato Castillo from the Office of Participatory Budgeting.
Good morning, everybody. Buenos días. My name is Renato Castello, and I am the director of the new Office of Participatory Budgeting, and I'm very happy to be here. I wonder who has heard about participatory budgeting before? Okay, I see a few hands. Participatory budgeting is a process where the community decides how to directly spend a portion of the public budget. And it usually involves three phases. One is idea collection, where we ask residents, what are some of the things, what are some ideas you have for projects that we can implement to address local needs? The second phase is the proposal development. So once we receive all your ideas, based on criteria and impact and priority, we start looking at which ones are feasible to implement. And the third phase is we bring those ideas back to you for voting. So you help us decide out of the finalists which ones get funded and implemented. And participatory budgeting is not new in the city of Boston. Since 2014, there has been an effort focused on youth to engage them in this process. But with this office, we want to bring participatory budgeting to the entire city and to all residents of the city to participate as well. So the mission of the office is to provide an official point of entry for Boston residents to contribute to the city's budget process. So we are now in the process of establishing, we're a very new office, so we are creating the process to start in early next year. And we really want your involvement, sharing your ideas of what you would like to see in the city, and also in the community voting as well. So as soon as we have more details, we'll make sure to spread the word so we all can participate and be more engaged in the city's budget process.
Great, and now we're going to hear from Maya Getter from the Mayor's Office.
Good morning, everyone. So a lot of the speakers that have spoken to you already today have talked about different ways you can get involved in the city, talked about different ways that we want to ask for your help. And a big way we do that is through our boards and commissions for the city. So you are familiar with Commissioner McCosh's commission. There are several members that serve the public that work with her and her team to implement the really important change that you all advocate for. Renato's team has a participatory budget oversight board, another commission. There are 71 across the city. They range in size, they range in responsibility, but the most important part of what they do is they help to move city business along. We seek resident support, but we also need it when it comes to our boards and commissions. I think a lot about who is on those boards and commissions and who we've done outreach to and who knows about them and who knows how to sign up for them and to get engaged or even just attend the meetings of the different departments and their commissions. I am looking forward to speaking with folks today about how they could get involved in our boards and commissions. I think that we don't always do a great job of making sure that all of our residents know that there are different ways to participate at different levels. I'm really excited to speak with folks today if they have questions about ways that they can get involved in commissions that support our parks or housing or job creation in the city. I'm sure there are a wide range of folks who are interested in different things, but again, there's 71 boards and commissions, and there are some commission members in the room today who are happy to chat with you about the different ways to get involved, and we really look forward to answering any questions you might have.
Thank you, Maya. And like Maya said, you may be familiar with our commission, the Disability Commission Advisory Board. We have meetings once a month that are open to the public. They're virtual on Zoom, so we welcome you all to participate, but you don't have to just be involved in the Disability Commission. Like Maya said, you could maybe be interested in parks or the Arts Commission or Historical Commission. So there's a wide range of opportunities, and we want to hear from you, and hopefully you'll join a board or a commission. And our last speaker today is John Romano, and he is from Community Organizing. John?
Hi, folks. Good morning, everyone. So my name is John Romano. I'm the Chief of Staff for the Community Engagement Cabinet. I want to say I'm very excited to be here with you all today. And I know Maya just said about making sure that we do a good job reaching out to folks and getting them involved in city government. And she talked about boards and commission. Our job and my cabinet's mission is to be able to help every folks be able to get involved in city government and help be able to navigate it. One of the things I get very excited about is that our 4 different departments have a different way for you to be able to engage, and some of you probably already have and not even realize that you've engaged with us. How many folks in the room here have heard or used 311 before? Can I see a quick raise of hands if you're able? Awesome, that's a good amount, and I promise you when you go through our tabling today, you're all gonna be able to raise your hands after. But 311 is our city service line, the mayor's hotline for you to be able to help engage and be able to get some basic city services and be able to connect with other city departments at a very simple and easy to use space, or an easy to use line to be able to help get connected to those departments. We also have our civic organizing team. Their focus is to be able to help folks get engaged with government and service. So you might have heard of their Love Your Block initiative, where they go around to be able to help do neighborhood cleanups or being able to help do voter registration. But their goal is to be able to help folks understand and get that entry door into being able to be civically involved. We also have our Spark Boston Council, our Boston Spark Council members. That's the Mayor's Young Adult Council, and it's charged with getting the 20 to 30-year-old population engaged. It's an amazing team of volunteers that we would love for folks to be able to join if they're interested and be able to start attending their events, to be able to help make sure that the priorities of these young professionals are being involved in all facets of city government. And then lastly, we have our Office of Neighborhood Services. They're an extremely dedicated team. There's a liaison per neighborhood, and their whole job is to be able to make sure that they're engaging with the community, being able to make sure folks in the community know what's happening inside city government as well as inside their own neighborhood. And they do a fantastic job being able to make sure that folks that engage with them get fully connected and help be able to navigate the rest of city government. The easiest way to get in touch with us, any one of us in our cabinet, and just be able to get that gateway entry into city government is to call 311, ask for your neighborhood liaison, ask for the Spark organizing director, ask for the civic organizing office. Just ask, and we'll be able to help get you connected wherever you need. Very appreciative of you all being here, and thank you all so much.
Great. Before we break to let you go to visit the different tables, I just want to recognize a few people I see in the room. Our advisory board chairperson is here, Wesley Ireland. You can give a wave, he's over there right there. He does a great job for us. And I see Marsha Fitzpatrick from Boston Public Schools. Marsha's a close colleague that we work with. And like I said, we don't have an opportunity to ask questions here, but we can go to the different tables and ask questions individually depending on what you're interested in. So I'm going to turn over to Andrea to talk about logistics.
Wow, that was a lot of information, huh? That's a lot of people that want to tell you about their job and they want to hear from you about your life. So I hope you will go talk to at least one department now. The elections department, if you want to register to vote, if you're 18, or if you want to learn about how to register or how to vote, they'll be over in the Pamonte room down the hall, and we have staff to help direct you. Renato will also be in that room to talk about budgeting. Maybe you want to tell us how we should spend our money. We could use some good ideas. If you want to learn more about the boards and commissions that Maya helps with, she'll be in the hallway right outside the chamber, as will John with some of his team members to learn about 311 or the Spark Council. And then I know some city councilors will be here in the chamber if you want to talk with them or Commissioner McCosh about our office. So that's a lot, but come grab me or anyone in one of our blue Disability Commission polo shirts and we can direct you to wherever you have questions. All right? Thanks. Let's go.